I should start Scaredycast?
Yeah. Never start.
Should I? What are you talking about? All right.
What do you mean?
Welcome to Scaredycast. What about it?
I got a picture of us all these.
I see that.
I was looking for it. Sorry. Start over. My bad.
Oh, now he wants me to start over. Oh, you're tardy to the party, and we have to start over for you.
Put it in the blooper reel.
Well, then why don't you start? Take it away.
Guys, welcome to Scaredycast. If you tuned in last week, you know that we left you on a cliffhanger of a Bigfoot story.
We did. We were beefing.
We had
We were
beef.
beefing here.
Oh,
now-
Brian was so pissed. Okay, first I was pissed at you guys, and then you got pissed at me and Tony, and then you couldn't, like, you weren't going to finish the story, and then you didn't, and then we convinced you.
I was literally
to
like,
leave us
guys,
on
I
a
just
hang.
need to tell you this story, and then it dragged on for 20 minutes.
Listen, last week, not our best. That's why this week, it's going to be our best. Brian, hit him with part 2 of this Bigfoot story. We were left hanging, literally,
By a
as this
t-shirt.
man dove off of a side of a cliff, only to be grabbed and yanked back by Bigfoot like Scorpion in Mortal Kombat, going, "Get over here!" Stared the hiker in the face as the hiker whipped out the bear spray, sprayed Bigfoot in the eyeballs.
Oh, I forgot he got his bear spray thing off.
And then what?
You know what? I still blame the hammock for all these troubles.
The hammock.
Fuck that hammock, man. I can't get over it.
So this guy, he sprays this fucking Bigfoot right in the face, right? The Bigfoot swatting, hits him and throws him at the same time, drops him to the ground. Guy blacks out.
Down, like, over the cliff, or
Nope,
like
just
or
to
they
the
were back
ground.
up on
Just
the
to the
cliff?
ground.
Okay.
Like he didn't.
He brought him
he
back.
brought him back because he was
Okay,
staring at him in his face, right?
Okay.
So the guy wakes up, and he comes to, and he sees. First thing he sees, bones.
Damn.
Just pile of bones.
Did Bigfoot disintegrate?
And then he's like, he realizes
Bear
he's
spray
in
melted
it's
him.
dark. He's in a cave.
Oh.
Brought him to his lair.
Is he gonna get fucked like that?
I was hoping. I was hoping.
You would. That's
So-
your dream.
Is it? I guess. Sure. So, I am. I don't know if I want to release it yet,
What?
but I'm gonna.
Don't release it. What are you going to release?
I may be storyboarding Bigfoot erotica.
What?
I'm not gonna. I have.
Is this
the,
your Bigfoot erotica right now? Like, this is your
I have the
cliffhanger?
greatest title, but I can't spoil it because my publisher won't let me.
Shut up.
Bigfoot, big dick.
Nope.
You know what they say about big feet?
I don't have a publisher, but I'm writing Bigfoot smut.
Oh my
For what?
God,
Self-published? Like, where are you going to
love
be
it.
releasing this? Do you have a, like, do you
Everywhere.
have an artist name? Like, do you have, like, a...
This took a turn.
Wait, did you finish the story?
No. Just want to throw that in there.
So we have multiple cliffhangers for Bigfoot stuff happening.
This is news to us.
Plus, I'm still planning to go up to Washington next year and do a 10 or 12 day Bigfoot hunt.
So, okay. So you do want to fuck Bigfoot. That's the
No,
moral
no,
of the
no.
story?
No,
You want
no.
Bigfoot to fuck other things.
I mean, that's
Bigfoot gonna be
if
fucking
it's
people?
consensual, huh?
Is Bigfoot's going to be fucking
You're gonna
people?
have to read the book,
I will say.
Wow.
I will say this.
Wow.
and I'll sign it for you.
It's a book or it's
I
like a
mean,
series?
You would have to do some serious digging. But there is a very old episode of Scaredycast where we talked about Bigfoot erotica and read reviews of Bigfoot erotica
Yes.
books.
There is an author that makes $30,000 a month just writing Bigfoot smut.
Dude, why
So I was
are-
like, why the fuck are we not doing this?
Okay, well, you have not included us in this plans.
Yeah, because you guys don't take me seriously. So I'm going to be in my Bigfoot sex mansion, and you guys are going to be...
It wasn't going to be shaped like.
You just have to wait and see. I'm going to have a massive pool, and it's going to be in the shape of a Bigfoot, and then all the toes are going to be hot tubs full of bitches.
And then each hot tub
Sorry.
has like a different like
Women.
Like each hot tub, like
Respectable.
one will have like goth girls, one will have like
themed tubs?
Yeah, themed
Maybe
like, hot
maybe
tubs.
like 2 or 3 for goth girls.
Yeah, that
You know
was
what I'm
like-
saying?
the
And then,
fourth one's for goth guys.
Yeah, sure. The guys can, everybody's got a party.
guys
Okay,
need hot
okay,
tubs too.
4 hot goth tubs, and then we got 1 for the girl. Then she can have all the.
like it.
Well, you like
Yeah, I
goth
don't-
hunks?
I need 2 tubs. You need 2 tubs. She gets 1 tub.
I want my own tub.
Yeah, she needs.
but
She
you,
needs
she can have the Bigfoot. I mean, the big toe. So
big toe?
Yeah.
It's a larger
Okay.
toe.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. This is my house.
Oh, sorry.
You guys didn't believe in me. You don't get to swim
We
in the.
didn't even know about your idea. It's literally
guys
just
don't
now
know
we're learning with the
Is
world.
that there's at least one listener out there right now who is just fucking infuriated because they wanted to know the next part of this story. And we started it and diverted from it again. And they're just sitting in their car in traffic right now, probably on their way to work, drinking their coffee, just like, oh my God, you guys, I only have so long before I get to work. Just finish the story. So
Fine.
I apologize.
I will end right now
Wait, okay.
and say at the Coke and hooker parties, you guys don't get to go swimming in the Bigfoot pool. That's it.
Well, at those parties, I probably am going to pass on that until it gets a good cleaning, and then I'll come back.
Okay. So,
I'm going to be
anyways,
in my solo big toe.
yeah. Anyways, he sees bones.
Yeah.
He realizes he's in a cave. He's going, holy shit. First of all, I'm alive. And second, where the fuck am I?
Yeah.
He hears some grunting and he looks across the cave. And this Bigfoot is washing his eyes out with water. It's like in a puddle trying to get that the bear spray out of its eyes. And it's like pissed.
Poor
Its eyes are all red and blistered and shit. And the guy said...
He sees this in this dark cave? Okay. All right. Sorry. So this guy says what?
I wasn't there,
Maybe
man.
Bright moonlight.
Yeah. Oh, that was during the day.
During the day.
So he sees this Bigfoot trying to clean its eyes out. And the guy said he's like, in this whole thing, he's felt obviously like the victim. He's felt like defenseless. But he's like, I hurt that thing. And that gave me so much, like, it was the happiest thing ever about it because he was like, I fucking hurt you. And the guy said, he goes, I out loud laughed at it and said, you're going to remember me forever, you son of a bitch. And the fucking thing.
I really hate this guy.
Yeah.
I really hate this guy.
This fucking Bigfoot gets
so full
up,
of shit.
walks over to him, and fucking immediately palms the guy's head like a basketball and picks him up to fucking look at him in the face, right? And you could see his eyes were all like fucked up and shit. And the Bigfoot started squeezing his head. And the guy said he started to black out again because he was kicking and
iron claw.
Dude, he couldn't do anything, and he was just getting crushed. Yeah,
Dude, iron claw. He's like,
yeah. Then he said he closed his eyes as he started to feel like he was, gonna pass out and his head was gonna be crushed. He's like, this is it. And then he hits the ground. And he felt like a gust of wind, and then he like opens his eyes again. He's all he's all foggy. His head's pounding, and he realizes that he can hear like something being smacked, and he's like, "What the hell?" And he looks, and there's two Bigfoots outside kicking the shit out of each other, biting into each other,
Another Bigfoot
smashing, punching each other, screaming at each other. And he's like, and that's when I knew they were fighting over who was gonna get to eat me. So this dude gets up. He's all foggy brain. He's like tripping over, trying to get out of the cave, just following the light, just trying to get by. And he's like, these things are literally fighting to the death. They came to fight. And so he's like, I got to sneak away. He tries running through he gets out to the left while they're fighting over there. And he just said he went. He goes, I didn't even know where I was. I just ran in that direction. I just went away from them. That's all I cared about.
Back to the cliff.
And he was like, he was hoping that they would have like wounded each other enough or realized like, oh, it's too much work and gave up, or they killed each other. But he's just going and going and going. And then he hears like a bulldozer tearing through the forest. This thing is just pissed, barreling through trees, not even trying to like make a path. It's just crushing through everything. You can hear this thing stomping. It's pissed. And then he gets to a ledge where there's a river down there. Mm-hmm. And he's like, this is my only chance. He jumps into the river and it's like freezing cold. Well, he then realizes that his wrist is broken, like demolished.
From hitting the ground?
Yeah. Or from one of the Bigfoot fights. I don't know. One of the, the times that he was knocked out. But either way, he realizes he's like, he didn't break it any worse. And then he found out after that he actually had 3 broken ribs too. But he didn't feel it because he was like numb from ice cold water and all that shit. He jumps in there and he said, he's like, I finally, for the first time, felt like I might be safe. Like I might be able to actually.
Fast moving river.
Yeah,
it's
got some rapids. He looks up and the freaking Bigfoot comes to the ledge and is staring at him in the water, right? And then as he's like trying to stay afloat with a broken wrist, he's like just kind of going with the river, and this Bigfoot's on the ledge just walking with him. Like, as soon as I get to a bank, I'm going to scoop you up and I'm going to kill you. And he's just watching this Bigfoot just parallel him on the freaking
There's
ledge.
got to be easier things for this Bigfoot to kill and eat.
Probably.
Yeah,
This seems like way too much for it. Like, I feel like he'd be like, Like, he
This
seems very
is
smart.
this is beyond that now.
Now it's like vendetta.
This is personal.
Yeah.
Plus, you're like, you already fought this long for it. If you just gave up, it'd be like, well, all that was for nothing.
Then go eat the
Yeah.
Bigfoot that you just killed.
Maybe he didn't kill him. Maybe he ran off. I'm sorry.
Wouldn't
We're
there be
dealing
two?
with a cryptozoologist here. She's a Bigfoot expert, and I was not aware.
Yeah, that's why I'm going to be the expert
You know what?
testimony
I
in your-
think.
Hold on. I'm not even done with the story yet.
Oh well, I was just gonna say
Okay.
real quick, like, you know why this guy's surviving so long? Why, like, he's just outran Bigfoot, been able to escape twice now from this Bigfoot.
I know what you're going to say.
He's had his magic mind.
Ooh, you know what? I bet that was
you
the
know
first
what?
thing he packed after the hammock.
Dude, if I was out in the woods and I was battling a Bigfoot, I would be like, man, I wish I had some magic mind right now.
Especially because he got his head crushed.
Yeah.
And he was all foggy, like a night out drinking. And you wake up in the morning because you're 30 and you
Yeah.
realize, can't be doing what I used to.
I'm going to drink a magic mind right now because I don't know what's going to be waiting for me when I go outside of here.
Hey, you might need
You
to
need one?
break out and do a fight or flight run.
Yeah. If you need to fight or flight to get away from a Bigfoot, make sure you got some magic mind, right? Make sure you
Maybe-
got that flow
maybe
state
it
so you can
was-
flow through a river when you're escaping the Bigfoot.
Whoa. Tony is now
I'm
you
ready
can
to go.
swim.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
I have anything to add to that.
And
Just
you
drink
can
your
be ready
magic
too
mind.
Just do it. Just drink it.
by going to magicmind.com and using code Scaredycast20.
We guarantee that you will survive a Bigfoot encounter.
Oh no!
You can
don't
take
do
that to the bank. Magicmind.com, Scaredycast20.
You will never die.
You'd be like that old guy drinking his son's blood, and like getting all like putting all these hormones into himself.
He's flown down the river.
He's floating down the river.
Got a broken
Okay,
wrist.
he's being stalked by Bigfoot.
And he's realizing that, he keeps looking ahead like, shit, if this goes down to a bank, this ledge goes down to a bank, he's going to get me. And he doesn't see it happening. The ledge just keeps going. And he's like, holy shit, I might actually make it out alive. But then he goes, well, fuck, I'm freezing. Like, I'm literally in freezing water. I'm going to freeze to death. Then he's like, okay, hypothermia is now a possibility. So he's still
what time of year is this? Summertime?
I don't remember. No, fall, because the leaves were changing.
In the Appalachians.
In the Appalachians,
They're cold.
which runs from Georgia to Maine. So anywhere in that area.
Very cold.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not going to tell you the exact location. I don't want anybody to go there and find out
Right.
But he's like, I will tell you it was in Appalachia. So the guy's floating. Now he's going, fuck, I'm going to maybe freeze to death. But he hears and sees some kids on a shore.
Uh-oh.
And then he sees
he's taking Bigfoot right to
he
him.
sees a family and he's like, oh, finally feels safe, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Wrong.
They pull him out of the water. They dry him off.
They don't. Bigfoot's like hiding now, or he like
No,
stopped following him?
Bigfoot, yeah, or he went back in. He couldn't get down off that ledge, but I wish you would step out from that ledge, Bigfoot. You could cut ties with all the lies that you've been living in.
You guys,
And-
there's an ant coming for my magic mind right now.
Oh,
Should I give him
him
some?
some. He's gonna turn into adamant. Remember that Hanna-Barbera, I think?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of another lyric for Third Eye
I don't
Bigfoot.
want him to drown.
Third Eye Bigfoot. I like that.
So he's with a family. They pull
And
him out of the
then
river.
he gets into he said he remembers like vividly how warm the ambulance was. He's like,
An
that's the,
ambulance got all the way out there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, that's the biggest thing I remember is how warm in the back of that ambulance was. So he gets to the hospital. They watch him for a few days, finds out that he's demolished his right wrist. I think it was his right hand. Doesn't matter. And then he also broke 3 ribs. And then he's like, he has to stay a couple days to nurse all that shit. His head started getting like clearer because, it was like crushed. And then it was like, when you're in a, like, not ICU, but when you're in a place like that, every hour they check your vitals, they check blood pressure and, like all your stuff, right? And what?
Yeah.
I don't know what
I think I know what's going to happen.
He is Bigfoot.
So
He's laying in bed.
it's like 1 a.m. He's like, it's probably just a pesky old nurse looking to check my stuff.
But
God, no, it's not Bigfoot. Damn it, dude.
I was hoping it'd be like a Dark Knight situation where he's in the bed and like
And he has a mask on, and then he doesn't recognize him.
Bigfoot pulls the mask down. He's like, it's Bigfoot.
There you are.
Where's Bigfoot?
Do you know how long I had to follow you down that river? Do you know how cold that shit is this time of year?
I had to kill my own brother.
Yeah.
My brother wanted to eat you, but I wanted to eat
My
you
brother's dead because of you.
Give me back my son.
Oh, God.
He kidnapped us. All right, sorry. 1 a.m. in the hospital.
2 men
Oh.
not wearing suits or anything.
Unmarked men.
Yeah. Walk in. Mm-hmm. They make themselves at home. They pull chairs up to the guy's side of his bed, and then they had a little recorder. He sets it on, puts it right next to the dude's nightstand, and they never announced themselves, never said their names, never introduced nothing. No, they weren't with anyone. There was literally no names. All they do is they turn on the little tape recorder, and they said, "So you told the nurses that you had a hiking accident and your injuries check out?" And he's like, "Yeah, I already told them. I told 3-4 different people. What about it?" They said, "Why don't you tell us what really happened?"
Oh. They were podcasters.
It was me and Tony. I was wearing a disguise.
They were?
So then they were not podcasters. They were fucking podcasters. Jesus, you weirdo.
Could you imagine, like, some nurses like, "Hey, there's this guy who's like, I'm pretty sure he got attacked by a Bigfoot."
We got a good one. You should come interview him. It's 1 a.m.
Scaredycast.
Jesus. Anyways.
A direct line to the CIA and FBI.
These guys ask him, and he just stares at him. He's like, "I already told people. I don't need to say anything." And then he's like, "I will repeat myself one time only." He's like, "Tell us what really happened." And he said, "Or what?" And then the guy never answered it. And they just sat there in a room for like 20 minutes waiting.
I
Then
pretend to pass out, but
the guys finally picked up their stuff and walked out. And he's never had contact with who he had no
okay,
idea
but now
who
he's
these
telling
were.
people all this crazy story anyway, so why wouldn't he tell these people? He's telling the story publicly anyways because you know about it.
Because he doesn't want the government to know. I don't know. Ask him.
I really am annoyed by this man.
Yeah.
What's his name? I'm gonna go
I
put a
don't know.
recorder down.
I don't know.
It's so full
His
of
name?
like details and like
It's Harvey Dent.
for a movie that you hate supposedly and that you say is so bad.
Yeah.
You are quoting it a lot
I mean,
and referring to it a lot. All right, so Brian,
Yes.
I know that you said that I was a cryptozoologist, but you are the true cryptozoologist of Scaredycast.
Sure.
What do you feel about this story personally?
I mean,
because
of course,
I have a lot of.
It is so. Here's the thing. Is there a chance that it's true? Yes. Because anything's possible. Do I believe that this happened? No.
No way! Like, there's way too many. Like,
I mean, is it
oh,
possible?
he had me in like
yeah.
the grasp of his hand. Like, please,
yeah,
if he's
for
wanting to
him,
kill you and eat
for
you,
him to pick up somebody by their skull, he's gonna have his skull partially crushed.
Yeah,
'Cause you
there's
have
gonna
to
be like a crack.
Because he's got to be like what, like at least 180, 190 if he's like in a good shape.
Yeah, he was in good
dude.
shape. Yeah.
So to imagine picking up something that heavy with
that
just
has no grip.
Yeah,
It's not a
with just like
basketball.
by squeezing it.
Well, then again, though, we are talking about. I don't know, man. I depending on
If
the
a gorilla came and put his hand on your head and picked you up, that shit is no.
Well, yes, for sure. But like, are you saying like it's?
I'm saying it would have to squeeze your head to get
Very
a good
hard.
enough grip to
Yeah.
lift you straight up.
What if its hands could like grab underneath your neck and stuff and just like it would just like literally just like pick you up under your chin and
Like
everything.
just grab by his throat and lift him up? Maybe.
Maybe.
I've seen The Undertaker do that to a few guys.
Oh my god, I love
Okay,
Undertaker.
but Undertaker's he is
He's fucking
humongous.
dope
He's like 7
shit.
feet tall.
Yeah, he's awesome. Remember when he fucked? No, never mind.
He has a podcast.
Of course.
It's called Dead Man Talking.
That's fucking cool. Damn it. You know what? Wrap it up. Whatever. Let's
Yeah, what
pay
are we
Zeke.
doing
Let's
here,
get out of
man?
here.
Like, there's no topping that. Yeah, that is a good point. And also, too, if he's gonna, obviously, he's gonna eat this man and kill this man anyways. There was like 20 million times that he could have eaten and killed him. And I'm sorry, but like bear spray, yes, like of course it's gonna be irritating, but I don't think that's gonna be enough to stop a Bigfoot because he already dragged him all the way back to his campsite, obviously his little cave. And then he's like, and then he sees him. He wakes up as he's splashing water in his eyes. And so he's like, "Oh, I got you, Bigfoot, you son of a bitch. Get the fuck out of here. Are you serious?"
See, this is the problem I have
Please.
with every Predator movie. Because they always have chances to like kill the stupid thing. And it's like, why didn't they? This is my issue. So is it real?
This is
Maybe.
my issue.
What if it is real?
I don't know.
If it's real, it's heavily embellished.
Speaking of movies,
say that.
though, I hear you've seen a couple.
Yeah.
I've watched a couple. Kelsey? She ain't watched shit.
Okay, you know what? I blame you because I
Oh,
am.
of course she blames you.
Because you told me to watch Downton Abbey. And that's
Downton?
not anything that
Oh.
I was. Downton. I said Downton.
I know. So
If
did I.
you're
I just
going
like
down
saying
a
it.
Downton hole, I understand.
A Downton.
And it's your
hole.
fault because I
understand.
was never going to watch that show in my whole entire life. And now I'm like, well, I've already started it.
Dude, people
No,
on our
it's so
social media are going to be
fucking
so
good.
confused if they actually listen to our podcast. Because we
Welcome
talk
to the
about
chaos.
movies and Downton Abbey and shit. They listen to the
I think it's good.
podcast.
I think people are like, oh, I understand everything now.
We're talking about horror and butts and
We're
stuff.
giving them an inside look into our lives. Like we're welcoming them into the Scaredycast circle, the Scaredy circle.
It's true.
Scaredy
Crew.
What'd you guys watch?
I watched a new movie on Netflix called Leave the World Behind.
Oh,
It's with Julia Roberts.
a new one?
It is a new movie.
Oh,
Wow.
It's
She
made
hasn't
by
been in something in a
the
while.
guy who did Mr. Robot.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, her and her family, they're like, she's like, we need to get out of the city. They live in New York City, like Brooklyn, I think. And she's just like, we need to get out of town for the weekend. You know, like, fuck the city, fuck people. We need to leave. So her and her family, they get an Airbnb, like out on the outskirts of New York City. And then they're like, cell phones kind of stop working and the TVs are kind of messed up. And they're like, whatever, we're out here in the, boonies.
We wanted to
anyways.
get away anyways.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
that night, a gentleman and his daughter show up. They
Like
say,
a young daughter?
Yep, they say, well, she's like 18, 19-ish. It turns out they're the owners of the home, and they couldn't get to the city because of the blackout. And they were like, we just only had one place to go. Can we stay here? And
They said no.
there's just
Get
like
outta here.
there's like this weird feeling like they saying who they say they are, but you're like, are they though? You don't know what's happening. But then like the TVs are gone completely. There's emergency signals. There's no more cell phone. There's no more internet.
What?
No TV. No radio. No nothing. There's no
Is
contact
this a zombie movie?
with the outside world at all. And deer start showing up in the yard. Like herds of deer just show up and are like staring at this girl. So they're like, well,
Just at the girl.
yeah, well, like she's the only
young
one in the
girl?
backyard when this part happens.
Oh, okay.
The dad's like, I'll drive around, see if I can figure out what's going on, and he gets lost because there's no GPS. And then
The dad that owns the place.
no, like Julie Roberts' husband.
Okay. He left her alone with these people? I'd be like, I don't
Okay.
know. I'm going with you.
She's a strong,
plane-
independent woman.
A plane starts coming towards him as he's driving, and there's like stuff being sprayed from the plane.
Oh.
And he gets back home, and it turns out it's a flyer that has like it says "Death to America" on it.
Oh, that's
It's a
terrifying.
terrorist movie?
Dude,
Golly.
wild.
What?
It is a wild movie.
Was it good though? Was it awesome?
I will say this: it's really good. Just be prepared for the ending.
It's bad?
At the moment, I was like, "Fuck this movie!" Immediately, because it was one of those endings where it's like it leaves you up to determine what happens, but it's pretty obvious what's going to happen. So it's like not that much, but just it's a very jarring ending because it just fucking ends, and you're like, "What? Wait, what the fuck?" Like,
So there's not really any kind of resolution?
There's
or?
not really any kind of resolution, but it's like, like 3 members of our main cast are split up, and you kind of know where they're all going to end up and what they're going to do past the ending of the movie. So it's like there's no resolution, but you know what the resolution is going to be, kind of thing. But it's like really good because it's like there's a lot of twists in it. There's just a lot of like holy shit, what the fuck moments. Yeah, it's good. I give it. It's on Netflix.
What would you give it?
I give it like a good 8.
8?
7, 8.
Hey, I have an 8 out of 10. I'm
7,
about
8.
to drop on you
8
guys.
out of 10. All right, and Julia Roberts, I'm sure she
Julia
looks
Roberts.
great.
What's his name? He's gonna play Blade. He's the new Blade.
Michael B. Jordan.
No, it's not Michael B. Jordan. Ethan
that'd be
Hawke
great.
is in it.
Ethan Hawke has been in a lot of stuff lately.
Mahershala Ali.
Oh, okay.
He's like the Airbnb owner. Ethan Hawke is Julia Roberts' husband. Kevin Bacon is in this shit.
Hey.
What?
Yeah.
Wow,
Banger.
star-studded.
It's
Banger
pretty good.
cast.
Dang, all right. 7 or 8.
7 or 10. And then
Julia Roberts in a Terry movie. Wow.
last night, I watched Santa's Sleigh.
S-L-A-Y?
Yes, with Goldberg, the wrestler.
I've only seen one scene from that movie, and Tony told me it's literally the opening scene.
It is the
And
movie.
it's like the best scene, or?
I mean, it's just there's no best scene in this movie. There's just scenes.
It is what I saw was mindless violence.
It is,
Santa kicked in a
yes.
door and just
No. He doesn't kick in a door. He kicks out the chimney.
What?
kicks
He pulled like
out-
a big bad
So
wolf?
like this family's at dinner. And now listen, this family is at dinner. This movie came out in 2005. The family's sitting around the dinner table. It's Chris Kattan. It's Fran Drescher. It's Rebecca
that's
Gayheart.
right.
And it's James Caan.
How is this not a good movie?
It's James Caan is in this movie. Godfather's James Caan. Misery's James Caan is in Santa's Sleigh with Goldberg. I don't know.
and the economy's hard, you guys.
How do I?
Everyone's struggling.
But he's in. They're all only in the opening scene of this movie too. So I don't know. I was like, what? They're all at dinner and they're just shitty people. And Santa's feet come down the chimney and he hits it, and then he just walks out of the fucking wall and then just murders his whole
dope.
family.
It's
like
dope.
Kool-Aid Man?
Kind of yeah, like Kool-Aid Man. Like
Okay.
he
He just walks through.
he just walks through.
He
and-
throws a Christmas tree topper like a ninja star.
Yeah.
Oh,
He drowns
cool.
Fran Drescher in some eggnog.
And then doesn't he light her on fire?
He lights her on fire. He karate kicks Chris Kattan.
This is
into
all in
like
the first scene?
This is
In
the
first
opening scene of the
It's
movie.
like the first
the rest of the
30
movie?
seconds.
There
He
is
kills everybody?
no reason given for him doing this to these people other than they're just annoying, shitty people.
Who's Santa? Who played by?
Goldberg,
Oh,
the
Goldberg.
wrestler.
Okay. Okay.
Massive
Yeah.
man.
There's even a couple moments in the movie where you hear his like theme music that he walks out to wrestling a little bit. Like it's like mixed into the score of the movie.
That's funny.
But yeah, for like 80% of this movie, it's just Goldberg as Santa going around this town and just killing people. Like he has no connection to these people.
It's never explained.
No.
He's just a bad singer.
Towards the end of the movie, it is explained that he is the son of the devil
Oh.
and lost a bet to an angel 1,000 years ago. That before this bet, he was like a really shitty, mean demon. He's the son of Satan, you know? And this angel basically bet him in a game of curling. If he lost,
Where-
he had to bring joy and happiness to people on Christmas every year.
And this was his way.
And like the movie takes place on his last night of. It's been 1,000 years. It's his last
Oh,
night.
so
and
he's
like,
trying to like
so
get it
he's
all
like,
out.
I'm back to my evil ways. Like he's just killing people left and right. Like, and he's doing it. He has like a sleigh with a white buffalo reindeer. And like,
Wait.
the reindeer's
So
eating
he's
people.
he's real Santa,
white buffalo.
and
He's
the
real
reason
Santa.
Okay, and the reason why he used to bring gifts.
Yes, is because he
Oh
lost a
my
bet to an
God.
angel, and it turns out like the angel's the grandpa to our main guy in the movie we're following, and like.
So now
Who comes
he's
up with
like,
this shit?
But literally, this movie
Shift is over.
like if you just want to shut your brain off, watch some stupid shit.
Mindless
No,
violence.
honestly,
just watch Santa kill people mindlessly. This is perfect.
I think that would be the opposite of your brain shutting off. Like it would just melt. Like it would try to.
It is.
Mine would go into overdrive, being like, "What the fuck is happening here? Like what?
Don't-
Like why
yeah.
is anything?"
No, you just absorb.
I watched it with my kid last
just take
night,
a gummy
and
and just fall
there's
asleep.
so many times in this movie where nothing is making sense, and he's like, "Dude, it's a killer Santa movie," and I'm like, "You're right."
Wait, your son said that?
Yeah, he's like,
he's like, "Dad, please, let's be
He's
real
like, "Are
here."
you trying to make sense of this movie?"
He's like, "Let's have a serious conversation right now about this."
yeah. I give it a good 7 out of 8. 7, 8.
Bullshit.
7, 8.
Okay, but you gave. I mean, that does
Holy
sound like your
shit.
type of
That's-
movie.
yeah.
It is my
okay.
type of movie.
So the Julia Roberts movie is
Yeah.
a real 7 or 8 out of 10,
Oh,
and then this
snap.
one is a Tony 7
Yes,
out of 10.
exactly. You
I'm
get it
learning,
now.
I'm learning.
It's like the people in the
Yes,
comments
it's only
slide
taken
that are like,
20
whenever I was
years.
like saying Dark Knight's not good, but they didn't notice I was also wearing a Jaws the Revenge t-shirt. It's like, don't take me seriously. Like, come
You
on.
gotta be taken seriously.
Well, if
Or very
anyone
seriously.
actually listened to the podcast that commented, like they would know, but they don't.
Yeah, they would know. But yeah, Santa Slay especially if you love wrestling. Cool. I think we need more horror movies that have wrestlers as the killers.
Don't tell Rock.
Ooh.
He's already in
my
everything.
No, he's only a good guy.
God, that would be amazing.
Wait, he
Him
was
as a killer?
Wasn't he a bad guy in Fast
He
and the
was
Furious 4
Scorpion
or 5
King.
or something?
He wasn't
I
really
love
a
Scorpion King. That's a good movie.
he wasn't really a bad guy. He was kind of like just the rival to Vin Diesel.
Oh, he's like a frenemy. Goku.
Yeah, they were
his
actually in
Vegeta.
love. They probably like
Oh my god, that would have been amazing if they.
yeah.
Oh, god.
Bald on bald action.
That sounds like a terrible premise. You know what else was a terrible premise? Well, not so much. It was not good. I watched 2 movies. One of them, which I'm going to shit on, and the other one, which I'm going to praise.
Okay, so one
but
of
maybe
them
shit on in a good way.
I
bad,
will
people
shit
like
on
that.
it in a pleasant way.
one naughty, one nice.
It has to do with Nazis.
Oh,
This is the good one or the bad one?
This is a bad one.
Bad shit one. Okay,
bad
got
shit
it. All right, got it.
It's called Stay Out of the Fucking Attic.
is that the full title?
Yes. Yes, I'm not kidding.
It's called "Stay Out of the." It has the fucking in it. Like
F
it is.
star ing attic.
What?
Is this like
This was
Anne
on like
Frank?
Amazon Prime, and I was like, I have to watch
All
this
right,
now.
That makes it. Amazon Prime is like the Walmart bin of like horror movies.
Yeah, it wasn't
there's some
Hulu. I don't think
weird
it was.
old-
Okay, there was a chance that it was Hulu,
Oh god.
but it's Amazon or Hulu. I don't remember.
I'll
Either
find out.
way,
Proceed.
either way, with a name like that, Stay Out of the
Right,
Fuck. I'm like,
mm.
I have to watch this.
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay. This couple, you know what? I don't even remember why they were there, and I don't care. It was really bad acting.
It's not anyone of like no.
No,
Okay.
not at all. It's like this German guy has this house. What were they doing? Oh, that's what it was. It was movers. They were moving this house, right? So they're like, okay, it was fuck.
Is it like like World War? Like
Oh,
it's
this is like
it's
modern.
leading
This is
up to
modern.
it. Oh, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
Nazis.
Well, yeah. So I jumped the gun to bring up that it was Nazis.
I'm like,
but
okay, sorry. I was like thinking of like World War II.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start over.
Okay, I think it's for the best.
It's
It looks like it's on Prime.
Prime. Okay, so it was on Prime.
That makes
So
sense.
anyways,
Like, I don't think
it's also
Hulu
on
would.
Shudder.
oh, maybe that's where I watched. I don't remember. Either way. So it's called Stay Out of the Fucking Attic, which I had to watch it just based on the title, of course.
Yeah, if I came across that title, I'd definitely like.
It
I'm here to
was
play.
it's this guy owns a moving company, and him and like he has a girl that works for him and this other dude who's like it's his first day. Of course. They go to this guy's mansion. It's this old German dude, and he's just like
This is in America?
yeah, I think so. I think so. Okay. And so it's like a pretty unassuming, just like some old German dude. And he's like, everything needs to be boxed up here, all these rooms. And they're like, holy shit, this is like a big fucking house. And then they're like, I don't know, it's kind of creepy and weird. And he pays them like a ton of extra money. So they're like, all right, let's fucking do it. So they're like boxing up the house and everything, and it's going to be like an all day thing. Now it turns to night, and the German dude said, he's like, do the whole house. Don't go upstairs. Don't stay out of the attic. And then like something else. He's like, those will be taken care of. You don't need to worry about those. Well, of course they get a little too curious. And then one of the guys starts reading in the library as he's packing up the books, all this like German text and stuff.
It's like Mein Kampf.
Yeah,
straight
come to
and center.
find out, he's like got all these like handwritten letters from like Nazi stuff.
Is it actually Hitler's alive?
No, Hitler's not alive, but he's like Joseph I forgot the guy's name in the movie, but he ends up being. I'm a spoiler alert.
Was he like the doctor that did experiments and stuff?
Yeah, yeah.
I know who you're talking about.
I don't know if
Mengele.
I don't
Joseph
know
Mengele? Or no?
Oh, really? Is that what it? Miguela? That doesn't sound very German.
Mengele. Or
Yeah,
something
Mengele.
Like that. Mengele, yeah.
That's him.
He what? I thought. Oh God.
Yeah, they put him in
This
the.
is him?
Yeah, he never died because when people are like at their, I think it's like when they're at their most the highest amount of fear, he like takes the embryo out of their eyes with like a shot and like uses that liquid to like, yeah, it's so weird, but regardless. It's kind of gory, but the acting was just like so bad, and he keeps a bunch of like these Jewish people like as like slaves, and they're like super
in his house.
Yeah, and one of them is like
in the attic.
One of them's like his like dog pet Igor thing that he, and then when
like he's still doing experiments.
Yeah, and he never died, and he's like
Damn.
over 100 years old now because he found the like not the cure, but like the way to stay alive. Yeah, and I was just like, oh my God, it was just like so bad. There's just like these like this starving Jew girl, and then there's like this Jew monster thing that he has, and I was just like, this sucks.
Who greenlit this fucking movie?
I know,
like
and
some fucking neo-Nazi
the effects
bullshit.
and stuff were fine, but like, oh my God, it gets so bad. There's a scene where you find out that the main guy used to be he was in prison, and he has like a swastika thing over his heart, and he's like, I had to do it to survive. I just did it to have protection.
But one of the mover guys?
Yeah, the main dude, and you find out, and you're like, oh no, he's with them. He's like a Nazi, but then it's like, he's not. But he is, but he's not. But then he goes up to the German dude at the end and cuts his tattoo off.
I'm going to show you.
He's like,
I'm going to skin myself.
Just ripping this huge patch of skin off.
His nipples in it?
And then he throws it at the guy.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I'll
oh
show
my
you.
God. Like, the movie was just not good.
I'm like, sir.
It's a bad, dumb movie. But it was entertaining. But like, it's just not good. Yeah, because like it was gruesome. Like watching a guy cut off his swastika tattoo was pretty cool.
It's like, sir, you could have had this removed any other time, a million other ways. Like, but now you're going to show this guy at this time.
It kind of has to do with the movie though, because you find out that he has it before. Like, he has the tattoo, but he's like, no, it's cool, because the workers are minorities. And so he's like, hey, man, that's not cool. And he's like, it's not me anymore, bro. Like, it's cheesy as fuck. But then, come to find out, the guy at the end's like, you're one of us. You're a Nazi. And then he's like, yeah, I know. But, and then the whole thing at the end is where he's like,
so does he use it to his advantage to try to, like,
You'll
defeat
just
him?
have to see it and find out.
Can't wait. 2 nights. Believe me.
It's got some fun, gory parts.
You already you've literally said 20 different spoilers about this movie. You might as well just say, if like, spoiler alert for anyone going to watch this movie.
Nah, just watch it.
What's the other movie you watched?
I watched a real good movie. This one I'm really excited about.
All right.
Okay.
He's like, it's go into the fucking attic.
It's
encouraged.
Into the fucking attic. Yeah, the sequel. No, it was a prequel.
Prequel, yeah.
Jesus. So, okay, I actually have a really good movie to talk about.
Okay.
I'm excited about this one. It reminded me a little bit of Brotherhood of the Wolf in the way that it was like a sleeper hit. And I saw it and was like, holy fucking shit, this is amazing. This one, same thing. This is a sleeper. I didn't even know it existed.
Ooh,
it's from 2000.
sleeper.
It's called The Cell.
I think I've heard of this movie
Jennifer
before.
Lopez, and
Yes.
it's a star-studded cast. Do you know the guy? I can't remember. Vincent D'Onofrio?
Yeah.
Okay, you remember Private Pile, Full Metal Alchemist, Full Metal Jacket? You remember Private Pile, the guy that was like the fat one that has the donut and he gets beat up and stuff?
No.
Goes crazy? Have you seen
Kingpin
that
and
movie?
Daredevil?
Oh, yeah, he's them too. And he was in
Men in Black?
Magnificent Seven. He was in there too.
Magnificent Seven?
Anyways,
He's a bad guy in Men in Black.
plays
bad
such a creepy... The roach guy.
The roach guy, the main bad guy.
More sugar.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, that
like,
guy's all fucked
Don't
up.
do that. And he's like squishing.
Don't do that.
More sugar water.
More sugar water. So anyway, that guy, he is a really good creep. And in this movie, oh my God, if you like serial killer stuff, it's a thriller, it's a little psychological, and it shows just how much of a monster this person is as a human. He's a serial killer.
Isn't it? Like, I never saw it. I know what it is because, like, I worked at the video store when it came out and everybody was, like, kind of going crazy. But isn't it about, like, he's a serial killer and Jennifer Lopez literally goes into his mind?
Oh.
They have, like, this machine where they can, like, she's using it for therapy to, like, break through to kids with, like, psychological issues and schizophrenia and stuff like that. Well, come to find out, he's murdering all these people, and he only knows where one right now that is about to die is, but his brain shuts down from like a stroke. So she has to go into it, get real deep and nasty into his trauma and all the scary shit, and try and figure out, because he's the only one that knows where she is, but he's basically a vegetable state. He's completely comatose.
But before he went into that state, they knew that he was a serial killer that had a bunch of people out there?
They caught him. But the only reason they caught him is because he was like he had a stroke and it like passes out in his house. And so then they raid the place and find him already unconscious. And then they're like, fuck, he's a vegetable. He's nothing. We can't use him. He's completely brain dead because of like this thing.
So and they think that a bunch of people are still alive, or they're just trying to find the bodies?
They know that there's one person that's alive. They found bodies, all this other stuff. They found out like how he was doing it, because it was one of those killers where it was like he would leave a dead body and then he would leave it a little bit more obvious and a little bit more. He wanted to be caught. Yeah. It's a great psychological kind of crime. She ends up working with the police. The main actor in it is
Jennifer Lopez.
Nope, that's an actress. The main actor, the man is
Vincent D'Onofrio.
Nope, that's the antagonist, the protagonist.
Harry Connick Jr.
Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn, that's right.
Vince Vaughn plays like this young cop who's like, well, shit, I'm trying to catch this guy. And she's like, I don't want to go into this serial killer's mind with all this. And he's like, it can actually be dangerous because of being in that simulation, because you're technically like lucid and alive. You can believe and you turn your brain on to thinking like, oh, I died, and then you will actually die. So there's this huge risk, and it's like you take these two completely different random people, and the story brings it together in a psychological thriller. You end up feeling bad for the killer, but the shit he's doing is insane. He's like suspending himself with hooks over these bodies as he like bleaches these girls' skin to make them look like dolls. It's twisted.
She's not okay. So she's accessing his memories or like his
conscious.
But so is that stuff actually happening, or it's just like ideas that he has, or that
it's what's going on in his brain.
Oh, okay.
So she's trying to get in there.
It's like a mix of like you don't know what's reality or what's like
no. Here's the highest praise I can give to this movie is not once did I need the movie to explain what was happening. In every time travel, brain sort of like psychological thriller, they usually have some like, whoa, it's up to you. What really was real? What happened? It's like, no, this movie does such a good job of like, this is when you're in like the machine and simulation. This is when it's real life. But not once was I confused or lost or anything. It's like the way it tells itself is really, really well done. And you also get like Made in Manhattan, Jennifer Lopez. So like she cute as fuck. She's like peaking right there. You guys ever see Made in Manhattan? Mm-hmm. No. That's a good movie. What?
Okay, but also Jennifer Lopez is a terrible actress.
So. Yeah, she's not great.
She just looks good.
Yeah. Yeah, she looks good. But for real.
There goes getting J-Lo on the podcast.
No,
for once, it wasn't up to. She's a terrible actor, though.
You still look great, J-Lo.
You still look great, and we love that you're back with Ben Affleck because we love Ben Affleck.
They're back together?
Yeah.
Boy.
I don't want a boy. Listen.
What you mean?
I don't pay attention.
They got back together. Ben Affleck and Kevin Smith are friends again.
Wow.
You love to see
the world
it.
is healing.
Yeah.
What would you rate this?
The Cell easily gets an 8 out of 10 for me.
Where did you watch it? Do you remember? I think it's
I
Prime.
had to buy or rent it from Prime for like $3.
What? What?
So it might be on other stuff.
That?
It might be on other stuff. It was on Amazon Prime.
But
I only have like Shudder. So It wasn't even my Amazon account when I was watching it. But either way, The Cell is amazing,
right.
and you should. It's
It does sound
absolutely
pretty
worth
good.
the watch. And I know it's got a cult following, but like
Yeah.
this one, it went under the radar. This was a really twisted, good movie. It has a lot of like Seven vibes, you know, where it's like you're chasing, you're one step behind this serial killer, but it takes a psychological twist, but not in like a cheesy schmaltzy way where things just happen. It really makes sense. I will say there's some trigger warnings, there's some abuse, and like it's deep. But if you like crime shit and like chasing down serial killers, this is a great movie. The Cell is fantastic.
All right.
Yeah.
I like it.
I need to watch it.
Oh my God, yes.
It's always one of those movies that's just kind of been around that I just never watched.
Yeah,
And
it was a
then
sleeper hit
those
for
kind of
sure.
movies too are always like when I finally watch it, I'm like, oh my God, why did I
I've been
watch
missing.
this?
Yeah. So definitely, like I said, Brotherhood of the Wolf-esque, where I was like, it's like the perfect time period. The visuals, by the way, whoa, fucking great.
Yeah, like
I
the
was
costumes in it, too,
blown
that I've seen are
away
like crazy.
that The Cell was this great. I was like, oh my God. But anyways, yeah, fantastic. Definitely watch it.
I have a little bit of a story
I love stories.
before we wrap things up here. Did you guys know that in 2009, the Pentagon sent officials to Skinwalker Ranch to see what's going on out there?
The one in Utah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And while the officials were there, they became infected by a poltergeist that followed them home.
Ooh. Like they picked up a demon?
Yes, one of the officers that was there says that it came back to his Maryland home, and it's claimed his house became a paranormal Disneyland.
Oh, that's
There's
cool.
A bunch of them?
So they just like danced and sang and
Haunted by all kinds of things, including
Still living
his
there?
family seeing a werewolf in their yard.
What? It's
Yes.
like a What We Do in the Shadows house. Like they
Just
said,
all
it's
kinds of
like-
monsters and shit running around. Now they have to live with them.
Tucson, Arizona.
come out to
In May 2023, so
literally
this year,
months, just a couple months ago.
a former Pentagon contractor finally presented an image of the werewolf,
What?
and
We can
that's
see it?
That's where this story gets even more weird.
Oh.
It's just his wife.
It was the Pentagon spent $22 million on this program to research Skinwalker Ranch.
That's our money.
Yes.
That's our money.
Yeah.
It's my money, and I
I
need it now.
Give me my $22 million.
That's bullshit.
Wait,
well, that's actually kind of
just to
cool.
send some people out there?
We helped fund a Skinwalker Ranch investigation.
He shared
not
a
cool.
drawing of this werewolf that he's seen in one of his
That's
testimonies.
dumb.
Oh, so
This-
Give me a
it's just drawing?
picture.
This drawing,
Stupid.
however, turned out to be a piece of fan art from a video game called Fable.
So he didn't even do it?
Lying bitch.
It's like the you know that news segment where they're like, "Oh, I saw a leprechaun," and then it shows it, and it's like the tiny little eyes, and it's just like the most rudimentary.
Yeah, right. It's just like a stick figure, like.
It's like,
Rah.
wait, so this is he
Like
didn't even
macaroni
draw
art.
this. He found this online and was like, "This is what the werewolf looks like."
Apparently, yes.
Oh God!
It's a hoax.
because-
$22 million spent. Well,
On a hoax.
Despite the video game mix-up, he maintains that they witnessed a large, hairy creature outside of their home.
Mix up. Dude, you don't just.
he's like googling.
However-
werewolf pictures.
It is possible that their sighting was a misidentification of a black bear.
Always.
Yeah,
always,
probably had
always,
mange or
always.
something. Like they do that all the time.
Apparently, where he lives, they've had multiple cases of black bears wandering into suburban areas. So
He's like, that's got to be a werewolf.
I
I had a poltergeist infect me, guys, at Skinwalker Ranch.
Oh my
I mean,
God. It
Jabroni
followed
Ranch.
me home.
Man, fuck the government. That's all I gotta say. I'm over it.
That's
if you
how it's
guys,
done.
if they really want to know what's going on at Skinwalker Ranch,
Send Scaredycast.
send Scaredycast.
Send
You know, we don't even need
Pros.
$22 million. We need $22.
Just give us
Give us $22
give us gas
and
to
we'll
get
do
us
it.
there.
gas to get there. Some
$222.
McDonald's
Maybe like
last us
maybe a
week.
box of Pop Tarts. I'm good.
Yeah, dude, send the pros. All right, we'll figure it out in 1 week.
I mean,
Just
Would
give
you
us 1
guys
week.
take on Skinwalker Ranch?
Hell yeah.
You?
Nah, yes.
Nah, yes, maybe.
I want to, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, send in the pros. We'll figure it out in 1 week.
That's right.
We'll be able to tell you exactly what's going on there.
Hey, billionaires.
Hey, billionaires.
This is for you.
for you.
You want to get answers? Stop sending in the jokers,
Yeah.
the losers, the dorks.
Yeah.
Send in professionals. You want results?
Yeah.
We'll get you results.
Yeah.
Ball's in your court.
Pick it up. Do something with it.
What else can they do to catch up with Scaredycast and see if we do ever make it to Skinwalker Ranch?
Well, they can go to scaredycast.com and they can follow us on YouTube where they can watch Scaredycast, or you can find us on any podcast network where you can listen to Scaredycast. If you want more nonsense from us, you can go to Patreon, support the show, get Monday Morning, our other podcast. There's even older, weird podcasts on there where we had a gossip grill where we just
Gossip?
We just talk about bullshit. We had
Drama. That was drama. We had sexy cast.
cast.
You know what? And it
lot of
still
sex
stands.
stories.
If we get to 69 patrons,
Yeah.
I have a crazy story for Sexy
Oh,
Cast. We'll bring
so-
Sexy Cast back for 69
We have a special episode in the vault that once our Patreon hits 69,
It unlocks.
we're gonna release it. And let me tell you,
It ain't a straight to DVD kind of movie. You know
it
what I'm
definitely
saying?
ain't a straight to DVD kind of movie.
Shut up, dude. Shut up. Don't give him
You
too
know what I
much.
mean?
All right. Follow us on all the things if you'd like. Thank you for being.
We
Cool.
love you. We love you. We love you.
Love you. Love you. Tony?
I'm just trying to think, make sure we got everything.
Orca, killer orca.
Oh shit!
Go.
January 18th at the Majestic Theater, right down the block from the XYZ Studios. We are hosting a screening of Orca the Killer Whale. January 18th. Go to scaredycast.com, get your tickets,
And you're gonna get a cool poster.
and you get a free poster
My
when you
tits
get
look
there.
huge on that poster, and they're fake, but they're drawn. But I was like,
I'm-
wow. I'm like,
I'm
Austin,
glad-
you really endowed me.
I'm glad it's not based on a real thing because I'm getting absolutely fucked by that shark.
Yeah, you are. Well,
It's a-
it's first
it's
of
a
all,
orca.
it's an orca.
Sorry.
You said orca 10 times, and then he's like, that shark
I didn't
is
say
really
orca.
fucking me. Not you, fucking. All right. Scaredycast.com. You're going to be able to keep up with all of our happenings and shenanigans, as well as different ways to be able to support us. Thank you so much. It's not going to be the holidays quite yet. Wait.
Oh.
This is going to come out.
I have one more quick announcement
Jeez.
regarding that. I am sorry.
Zeke is foaming at the mouth over here.
sorry,
Get out of
Zeke.
here.
As everybody knows, I should have said this at the very beginning of the episode because people stopped listening probably by now. Everybody knows we release our episodes every Monday morning. However, Christmas is on a Monday, and I'm like, I don't think we should put the episode on Monday morning. Everybody's going to be doing Christmas on Monday morning.
Sunday night.
So it's going to be coming out Friday before Christmas. So you're going to have like a good weekend, especially if you're traveling for
Bring all
Christmas.
the family around.
Yeah,
listen
man.
to it around a
You
campfire.
can listen to this, and
It's your opening presents.
we're gonna be recording our Christmas special next week. We're gonna be.
Yes.
Are you gonna? You just got your Christmas kitty pajamas?
Yeah, but I might change it up.
Oh,
Ooh. All right,
see.
we're going to have to get some spooky Christmas stories
see.
back again.
yes. Okay,
All
that's
right.
it.
Goodbye.
Bye.